Hello everyone, in this MATLAB tutorial we explain how to define transfer functions and how to compute step responses of transfer functions. So let's start. We will illustrate the procedure of defining transfer functions on the example of a second order system. The second order system has the following transfer function. W of s is equal to, in the denominator, we will have a polynomial that looks like this: a2 s squared plus a1s plus a0. In the numerator, we have a polynomial that looks like this: b2 s squared plus b1s plus b0. To define this transfer function in MATLAB, we need to define two arrays or two lists. The first list will group the coefficients in the numerator, and I will call this list as num, and we simply define it like this: b2, b1, b0. In the denominator, we have a polynomial with the coefficients that are grouped in this list. It's going to be a2, a1, and a0. And that's it. After that, we need to call the MATLAB function tf. We specify the array storing the coefficients in the numerator and the array storing the coefficients in the denominator. And that's it. This function will return a transfer function object. Okay, so let's illustrate this procedure on this example of a transfer function. Over here, I will specify my w to have the following numerical values. I will have s squared plus 0.1s plus 2, and in the denominator I will have s squared plus 3s plus 1. Let's now define this transfer function in MATLAB. To define this transfer function, first we need to specify the coefficients in the numerator. They are 1, 0.1, and 2. So I write 1, 0.1, 2. To specify the coefficients in the denominator, I need to define another list or another array. I will call den, in short for denominator, and I will specify 1, 3, 1. Okay, so let's evaluate this. Now we have these two lists in the MATLAB workspace, and let's define the MATLAB transfer function. To do that, we specify w. W will be the transfer function, and we simply say num, den, and that's it. And let's see our transfer function. Here it is. Let's compare this thing with this thing. We have s squared plus 0.s plus 2, and the denominator we have s squared plus 3s plus 1. Okay, that's it. To compute the step response, we need to use the function step, and we simply specify the transfer function. Let's evaluate this and let's see the result. Here it is. Here is the step response of our system. Now, the main question is this accurate step response? Well, by applying the finite value theorem, we can see that when we apply a constant 1 to this system, the DC gain, that is the steady state value, is 2 over 1, and that's precisely 2, what you can see over here. Consequently, this is the accurate computation of the step response. Now, often in practice, you would like to receive or to retrieve back the values of the output and the time of the step response. To do that, you will simply write step w, and you will specify the outputs. The output will be ys, and time s. Ys is actually the step response, and time s is the simulation time. So let's evaluate this. Okay, here's again our step response. Over here I will do few modification. I will call the step response as figure 1, and then after this figure I will actually plot the actual value of the returned time and the step response. So I will do it like this. And this will be ys. And let's see this. Okay, here it is. Let's run everything once more. By running the code once more, we can see that the two graphs are actually identical. This means that we can also retrieve the values of the step response and we can separately plot them. Okay, that's all for today.